I just love this season. It's as if the earth is having a constant party and inviting all of us. Everyone's there. Well, the beans are there. Yep. The zucchini are there. Some of them very large, if you miss them. Some of them small. Everybody's there. They're ready. They're ready. Some of them, they want to come inside. It's getting cold at night. They say, pick me now. Some of them you can leave outside. It's just so much fun. It's so much fun to cook with it. And when the earth is in this season, it's so easy to feel a part of it. It's so easy to feel that I belong to the earth because I'm invited there every day. There are other times when it's harder to feel like I belong to the earth. In a few months, the earth here in Minnesota is going to be frozen. The party isn't going to be edibles. It's going to be ice and snow. The party's still there. It's just a different party. But you have to assert your belonging in the different seasons. Some seasons so easy to feel that we're connected, and some you really have to make your way. Some of you have heard probably the concept of attachment disorder. That's when a child is not attached for a variety of reasons to parents. It may be because of a break in attachment. Some adopted kids have a hard time reattaching. Or it may be, in my case, when my mom had me, I was the third child under the age of 4. And while not unwelcome, I wasn't planned, shall we say. And, my father lost his job right about then. And my mom didn't have a lot of energy. She was pretty freaked out, actually. And so even though I wasn't adopted, I've always related to this concept of attachment disorder in some kind of way. And when you have something like that, when your sense of belonging is broken early on, then a lot of your life becomes an attempt to reattach yourself. I think one of the reasons I love gardening so much is because the earth, the plants never question their right to belong. They take everything they can from the soil and from the rain and from the sun to grow. And even when, as in Minnesota this summer, there's not enough rain, they'll figure out a way. They will send their roots deeper down if they need to, or they'll just stop growing because they don't have the nutrition to do it. Plants are so smart that way. One of the miracles of the plants to me is that they know right when it's time just to rest. Here in Minnesota, they rest for about almost half the year. They just say, I'm going to take a little snooze now. But they still belong. Underneath the earth, they still know exactly where they are. I've been cultivating a new spiritual practice of creating more of a sense of belonging for myself. And I wanted to share it with you, see if any of you are inspired to try it as well, because it's really fun. It's one of the, some spiritual practices are a bunch about stillness and solemnity, but this one is pretty just for fun. So here's what I'm doing. Every day I'm falling in love 25 times. Every day I'm falling in love. Now, I might be falling in love with this tomato. In ordinary pedestrian tomato land, you just look at that and go, yeah, that looks pretty good. And that would be it for the tomato. But when you see a tomato with a lover's eye, you're like, oh my gosh, look at you. You're so little at the top. You've got such a beautiful shape. I mean, what kind of shape is that? You're just so beautiful, and you just grew like that. That's so amazing. And then instead of just chomping it down like that, you might want to really savor it, and just go, oh, that is a sweet tomato. That not all tomatoes taste that sweet. And so when you fall in love with a tomato, which, trust me, practice, you can do it. You can fall in love with beans or zucchini, trees. You can fall in love, of course, with your pets. We all do that every day. That's partly why we want to have pets around. You've probably seen the bumper sticker, help me to be the person that my dog thinks I am. But dogs are such a great role model for love. I mean, for just such devotion. All you have to do is walk in the door and they're just like, oh my God, you've just made my day. And we love them back because they love us so much. You never, ever have to feel a moment's shame about loving your dog because there's no amount of adoration you could put on your dog that you wouldn't put back. There's a poem Love Dogs by the poet Rumi, the Sufi poet. And that's what falling in love every day, 25 times, has been reminding me of. I'd like to share that poem with you. One night a man was crying, Allah, Allah. His lips grew sweet with praising until a cynic said, So, I've heard you calling out, but have you ever gotten any response? The man had no answer to that. He quit praying and fell into a confused sleep. He dreamed he saw Kadir, the guide of souls, in a thick green foliage. Why did you stop praising? Because I've never heard anything back. This longing you express is the return message. The grief you cry out from draws you toward union. Your pure sadness that wants help is the secret cup. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. That whining is the connection. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. But when we're love's dogs, when we decide that we're safe falling in love with everything, there's no place on the planet that we don't belong. Because we know when we love someone or something, or when they love us, that they belong right with us. We say, you belong to me. So all we need to do to belong in any moment is to be one of love's dogs.